Good game day afternoon, Buckeye Nation. It is so good to see you all. I will tell you, I have genuinely missed you, and I've also missed to Biddle, so glad to see you all again, and definitely glad to hear you. Well, on behalf of the Ohio State University Office of Marketing and Communications, I would like to welcome all you Buckeye fans near and far watching today's Skull Session via the live stream. If you are watching Skull Session from home, at a tailgate or another location, or even right here inside St. John, we would like to see where you are from. So tweet a photo to @Tabiddle and use hashtag Skull Session. You may just see yourself on our next Skull Session live stream on September 7th. Our halftime show today is the music of Earth, Wind, and Fire. And so we are pumped to put that good music on the field. A couple of messages before the band arrives. Celebrate Script Ohio with our Script Ohio license plates. So when you renew your plates, visit oplates.com, search specialty plates, and look up OSU Marching Band. Approximately $25 from each plate goes into a scholarship fund for the band. The band will travel to Cleveland on Sunday, September 8th to perform at the halftime between the Browns and the Cowboys. So if you happen to be in Cleveland, we'd love to see you there. Buckeye fans, do you want to show your pride for Ohio State? Well, new this year, the Office of Marketing and Communications is giving you an opportunity to win an Ohio State flag. One lucky fan, either watching the live stream or here in St. John, will win. To enter, text the word Archie to 644-678. One more time, text the word Archie to 644-678. That number is also in the digital program if you need it. Official rules can be found at go.osu.edu/flag-giveaway. Let's say a quick hello to our high school band in the stands this afternoon, pardon me. Good to see you all. Well, you know, something we've added new to Skull Session this year, interviews with special guests who have a significant connection to Ohio State, and it is my great pleasure to welcome our first guest of the season, Mr. Archie Griffin.
Thank you, Wes.
And Mr. Griffin is accompanied by his wife, Benita, of 37 years. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Mr. Griffin, the son of Margaret and James Griffin, is a native of Columbus who played at Ohio State from 1972 to 1975 under the legendary Coach Woody Hayes, and later in life served as president and CEO of the Ohio State University Alumni Association. So, Mr. Griffin, welcome to Skull Session. We're going to keep our distance here.
Okay.
When you see the band and you look out into this audience, what emotions do you feel?
I am extremely excited when I see the band. When I was here at Ohio State, you know, Coach Woody Hayes, my football coach, and the band had a wonderful relationship. One of the things that I always liked was that every time Woody would see the band, he'd say, "Hi, band," and they'd all respond in unison. "Hi, Woody." And that was just fantastic. And as players, we got a chance to see that, and we got a chance to see the relationship that Woody and the band had, and it was always fantastic.
Well, we love being a part of the pomp and pageantry of Ohio State football, and we appreciate the relationship that we have with the football team. Let me ask you this. What has the Buckeye community meant to you all these years?
Oh, the Buckeye community has been absolutely fantastic. Being here and having played here, and then having worked here for several years, over 30 years, it's been absolutely fantastic. Having run the Alumni Association, I mean, it's been great. One of the greatest things I love is that we've got so many alumni. You know, you always hear people say that wherever you go, you will find Buckeyes. Believe me, that is true, because I have been all over the world pretty much, and everywhere I've gone, I've seen Buckeyes, and that's a great feeling to have.
Buckeye proud and Buckeye strong. Well, you know, speaking of years, it has been 50 since you won your first of 2 Heisman trophies.
Man, that's a long time. Man, 50 years. Jeez, oh, Pete.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you remember about that moment in 1974?
Well, you know, when I think about 1974, I think about our team. I mean, we had a great football team. And that's really the reason I won the Heisman trophies, because I was on such a great team. I mean, I always felt that I was in the right place at the right time with the right people. And playing with the guys that I played with was absolutely outstanding. I think of 1974, you know, on my offensive line had guys like Steve Meyer, who was an All-American, Kurt Schumacher, who was an All-American, Doug France, who was a first-round draft choice by the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, with those kind of guys blocking for you, you know, you didn't do your job if you don't win the Heisman Trophy. I mean, those guys were that good.
Yes, sir, indeed. Well, why have you always felt like the Heisman trophies belong to more than just yourself?
Well, because you don't win the Heisman Trophy alone. Yeah, they give it to an individual, but you don't win it alone. You can't do that by yourself. You got to have everybody else working on the same page with you, everybody in unison doing what they're supposed to do, and that's what I had. I mean, that's what was great about Coach Woody Hayes. He made it all happen, but I had the opportunity to play with guys that really, really stood out and made sure that we played as a team.
Well, you know, we're going to see you later today on the field at the Shoe during the band's performance of Script, Ohio. What will it mean to you to be a part of a tradition now in its 88th season out there dotting the I?
Oh, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I was totally shocked when I got the letter from the band and inviting me to dot the I. I mean, it caught me by big time surprise. So it will mean a great deal. I mean, when you think about the fact that, you know, you were guys like Coach Woody Hayes, Bob Hope, Jack Nicklaus, John and Annie Glenn, Buster Douglas. I mean, it's a wonderful feeling to be amongst that group. It just tells you that not many people will get that opportunity. And I'm one of those people that's getting the opportunity. I'm looking forward to it. I hope I don't trip when I get out there.
Well, we're glad to have you. Well, you know, we are honored to have you here today and to celebrate with you and your family. And for this last question, I'd like to invite your wife, Benita, up here to stand with you. Yes, ma'am.
Come on, Benita.
Yeah,
come on.
You are probably his biggest cheerleader and biggest supporter, so we're going to recognize you as well.
She's giving me a crazy look right now.
Well, listen, I'll take the heat. He had nothing to do with this. What else would you like to say to the crowd here at St. John Arena and Buckeye fans everywhere?
All I need to say, go Bucks!
Ladies and gentlemen, Archie and Benita Griffin.
Thank you.
Well, Buckeye Nation, another round of applause for the only two-time Heisman Trophy winner from the Ohio State University. And I see he has some family, so why don't you all go ahead and step on out, let the crowd see you. Come on, come on. Come on, step on out, let the crowd see you. Yes, ma'am. Another round of applause for Archie, because as he said, our successes are not ours alone. People have helped him to get to where he is, and so they also deserve support. All right, well, Biddle has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of the Buckeyes, the Ohio State University Marching Band. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Department of Athletics, the College of the Arts and Sciences, and the School of Music, welcome to St. John Arena and the Saturday Skull Session with the best damn band in the land. So we are joined today by the Jefferson Area High School Marching Band up in Ashtabula County. Good to see you all. Thank you for coming. You'll hear from them in just a little bit. My name is Wesley Clark. I'm the voice of the band. I'm from Urbana, Ohio, and a former member of H-Row. Thank you. You know, our leadership team makes Skull Session a tradition since 1957 possible. So let me introduce our leadership. From the College of the Arts and Sciences Administration, Dr. David Horn, Executive Dean. Dr. Dana Ranga, Dean of Arts and Humanities. From the School of Music, Dr. Michael Ibrahim, Director of the School of Music. There he is. Dr. Russell Mickelson, Director of Bands. And Dr. Scott Jones, Associate Director of Bands. Our Arrangers Emeritus, Richard Heine, Sergeant Major Ken McCoy, and John Tagenhorst. Our current music arrangers, Dr. Scott Borma, John Brennan, Dr. Ishba Cox, Lisa Galvin, Michael Klesch, Andrew Markworth, Mark Reynolds on percussion, Jim Swearingen, and Dr. Ted McDaniel, who arranged today's halftime show. Up there he is. Our adjunct staff, Karen and Ed Crockett and David Saunders, are our photographers. Tim Kroc and Kayla Errett serve as visiting band liaisons, and Ed Thompson is our recording engineer. Our drum majors, Clayton Callender from Dover, Ohio, is our head drum major. And Joshua Ford from Gahanna is our assistant drum major. Our administrative staff, Mary Machuga from Columbus, is our business operations manager. Caitlin, formerly Price, now Bowman from Hilliard, is our administrative coordinator. Congrats on your marriage. Connor Barr from Gahanna is our communications coordinator. LaShonda Coleman from Canton, Ohio, is our compliance and life skills coordinator. And Dr. Matt Broccolione from New Baltimore, Michigan, is our medical coordinator. No need to boo him. He saw the light. He's wearing scarlet gray. He's good. Now, our directing staff, our graduate assistant directors, in her final year with us from Ames, Iowa, Sarah Baker. In his second year with us, originally from the Kingdom of Tonga, Mr. William Ifiaki. In his second year with us from Syracuse, New York, Sean Davern. In his first year with us from Kent, Ohio, Paul Bissler. Our full-time directors, Mark Reynolds from Grove City, Ohio, is our percussion instructor, hanging out in the back there. Josh Reynolds, no relation, from Utica, Ohio, is our assistant director of marching and athletic bands. Phil Day from Milford, Ohio, is our associate director of marching and athletic bands. And ladies and gentlemen, a native of Westerville, Ohio, who I was in the band with in 1999. We all know him and we love him, Dr. Christopher D. Hope, Director of Marching and Athletic Bands at The Ohio State University. A favorite hymn of both President Teddy Roosevelt and Franklin Roosevelt, who both served in the Navy, "Eternal Father, strong to save," are the opening words to a traditional music prayer that draws strength, hope, and respect for our armed forces. We encourage all veterans to stand and be honored as we play the Navy hymn. We thank you all for your service. Yes, Buckeye Nation. We are about to take the field with the 147th edition of To Biddle. Melissa, you know the song, stand up, let's go! Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our traditional pregame. Our eye dotter today is Mr. Brody Heyer from Versailles, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of the Buckeyes, the Ohio State University Marching Band. From Versailles, Ohio, carries on a tradition that dates back to 1936. The most memorable tradition in college band history, the incomparable Script, Ohio. Versailles, Ohio.
Ohio State Buckeyes!
How y'all doing? JT Tuimuloau, number 44, defensive end. First, I'd like to give it up for the best damn fans in the land. And I can't forget the best damn band in the land. We back, baby. And it's time. It's time. This team behind me, my brothers behind me, been known as the most talented team in the country. But this whole offseason, we were to change that narrative. Be known as the most violent, most disciplined, the most hard-working team in the country. It's been some long, long days behind that cage. A long journey ahead of us, but it all starts with Akron. We take one game at a time, and I can't wait to come show y'all the first impression of this team and my boys behind me. Go Bucks!
Before I introduce our assistant coach, let's give it up for the great Archie Griffin! Appreciate you, brother. Gonna continue a great tradition. Our safeties coach, Matt Guerreri.
OH! OH! Hey, let's hear it loud for the best damn band in the land! And the best damn fans in the land! Hey, you heard it from JT. Our focus is one play at a time. How hard can we play one play at a time? And putting that together for one game at a time. And we need you, Buckeye Nation, from the opening kick till the clock hits 0, one play at a time. Better than anybody in the country. Let's get the shoe rocking today. Go Bucks!
Behind me right here in January,
a bunch of seniors decided that they wanted to come back. And then a bunch of other guys decided they wanted to join the Brotherhood. And we put the coaches together, we put the staff together, and we're counting on the fact that we're not a team, we're a tribe. A tribe comes together for one common purpose. And today, we set the tone for the season. And one of my favorite traditions in the shoe is right before kickoff. When you look into the end zone, you hear O, then you hear H, then you hear I, then you hear O. And that's like letting everybody know, now you're in Ohio Stadium. We got 8 games this year, 8 games. And we gotta take them one game at a time. That's it, just like Matt said and just like JT said. We have got to stay focused this year. So let's do it. Let's set the tone and get the first one today. Fight on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Under the baton of Dr. Christopher Hoke, Director of Marching and Athletic Bands at Ohio State, please rise and sing as the sound of the campus chimes introduces the Ohio State University alma mater, Carmen, Ohio. The Ohio State University joins the Columbus Blue Jackets, the National Hockey League, and hockey fans everywhere in mourning the tragic passing of Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew. Johnny was not only a fantastic hockey player, but also a proud member of the Columbus community and someone that wrapped his arms around the city and its fans. Most importantly, he was a loving husband, father, son, brother, and friend. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his teammates, and everyone who knew and loved him. At this time, please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you. Under the baton of Dr. Russell Mickelson, Director of Bands at Ohio State, to honor America. Please rise and join the band in the singing of our national anthem. On behalf of the Ohio State University Office of Marketing and Communications, thank you all who tuned into the live stream. We look forward to seeing you next week, Saturday, September 7th, when we invite the reunion band to come back. Pre-game is at approximately 3:10 p.m. And guess what? We're going to be live streaming it. go.osu.edu/pregame live. OH! OH! OH!